Hi, I'm Quiba. I'm a wedding photographer from Cape Town, and I've been wanting to record this video for a while now. As you can see in the subject line, it is all about what nobody tells you about being a wedding photographer. This year, I've been a photographer for 14 years already, so this is the type of video I would have loved to have seen when I started out, or this video might just be interesting for someone to watch to know what it's actually like being a wedding photographer, what you might know, what you might not know. So as with anything in life, there's pros and cons. So I am going to start with the negative things about being a wedding photographer, or things that you could see as a negative. And then I'm going to end on a positive note with a few positive things about being a wedding photographer. The first two things I want to mention is late nights and hard work. So there's a lot of late nights involved when you're first starting out, even if you've been a wedding photographer for a few years. You are going to have to be willing to work late nights, to put in the work to educate yourself, to do editing, to do research. So it's not just a 9 to 5. So lots of late nights and hard work. The next thing that any photographer would be familiar with, or well, it could be anything, anyone in life really, is comparison. So unfortunately, with comparison, Instagram or social media plays quite a big role. So as a wedding photographer, to make it personal, like I have found myself sometimes scrolling through Instagram, seeing what other amazing photographers post, what work they're producing, places they're going, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to photograph that, or I want to go to those places. Why am I not going there? You would need to set boundaries for yourself as to when and how you go onto social media, who you follow, who you don't follow, just to keep a healthy mindset, because it's better to rather celebrate the other person, how good they're doing, the people they're photographing, rather than comparing yourself, because we're all walking our own journey. So comparison can be a negative thing, but you could turn it into a positive if you get the right mindset about it. You have to be your own boss as a wedding photographer. There's no one who's going to tell you what to do, what they're expecting from you. So you're going to have to set a lot of goals, and you are going to be willing to the job could be sort of 24/7. Obviously, you have to set boundaries for yourself to get sleep and to have a healthy lifestyle. But it's quite a daunting task to be your own boss. And with being your own boss, you're going to have to wear a lot of different hats as a wedding photographer. You are the marketer, the financial person, the CEO, all these things. So that's quite a challenging thing as a wedding photographer. And with that also, there's the second thing with this is that I have had to learn what to outsource. Sort of, you have to learn how to let go of things you're not good at. So to get someone to help you with your accounting or your marketing, anything like that would help your business grow, or that would make your job a bit easier. So wearing different hats, it could be quite challenging, and you have to sort of divide that into your schedule every day of when you will be doing what sort of task. And you also have to educate yourself in all those different aspects of running a business as well. The next negative thing is something that's really close to my heart, especially since becoming a mom, is that you are going to spend a lot of weekends away from home, especially Saturdays. So I know a lot of other jobs people have to work on weekends, but especially in the wedding industry, like you have to be prepared to work sometimes 10 Saturdays straight. You're gonna have to work. So obviously, like during the week, you can decide to take a day off here and there, but normally normal people with 9 to 5 jobs, they get to like have family time over the weekends, hang out with friends on Saturdays. So that is really something that's can sometimes be quite daunting as a wedding photographer, having to be away from home, not being able to spend so much time with family, or you miss out on other friends' weddings or birthday parties, because that's what people usually plan for on Saturdays, because most people are available then. Well, for now, those are the only few negative things I have to say about being a wedding photographer. Maybe I'll think about a few as I record this video. So let's jump into all the positive things about being a wedding photographer. And I promise you, it's a lot more than the negative things. Well, firstly, you can decide your work hours. You can decide how many days a week you want to work, 9 to 5, or do you want to work at night? Like, you can decide that and find what type of schedule works best for you. That's for me, that's like an ongoing thing, trying to find like what type of schedule works best for me, especially after I've become a mom. Like, that schedule completely changed. I used to be able to wake up at 5, start working, but now it's more like working at night from until 10 p.m. So you are going to have to find the best schedule for yourself. You don't have a boss or someone who's watching over your shoulder. So I mentioned it in the negative things is that you have to be your own boss, but now it's also positive that you don't have a boss. But I do want to add this in. As a Christian, I do believe that my business is not my own, it is from God. He gave me the talent to be a photographer, and I truly believe that he's like the CEO of my business. I only steward and manage what he's given me. So I do want to make him proud, and I do want to give my best. So there is sort of someone who's guiding me, giving me wisdom in how I make decisions. So, but if you're just looking at like a normal work setup, it's nice to sort of be your own boss and decide on your own work schedule. And like I mentioned, with the negative things is that you're going to have to work very hard. So with this, you can also sort of determine how much you will be able to earn. So if you're willing to work hard, put in extra hours, or educate yourself more, then you will be able to earn more. So it is not where you're just earning a certain amount. Well, it also differs. So that's like a negative thing actually that I need to add to the negative list. So your income differs from month to month, but as you keep on going, you can earn more, and it could become like a stable income. One of my favorite things about being a wedding photographer is meeting all the amazing people, going beautiful places, eating yummy food at weddings. So I've met people from all over the world, and it's always so exciting to hear their stories, and especially if they're in South Africa just for their wedding, like hearing why they chose South Africa for their wedding. So that's a really amazing, positive thing about being a wedding photographer. And some even travel to other countries to photograph weddings. I haven't. It's on my prayer list. I know one day I will. But that's also something that is really amazing about being a wedding photographer. Now, the next thing could be seen as a negative thing, but I've made it a positive, is that you learn to work with a lot of different types of people. Like, trust me, at a wedding, you work with all types of people. And I've learned to just play my role on the day, to just do what I am there for, to take photos and to guide people where I need to give instructions. But otherwise, I'm just there to capture the beautiful day. So, but you do learn how to work with different types of people, and when to say something, when not to say something, and where it's your place to step in and where not. So that is very, very important. And another positive thing is that wedding photography really forces you out of your comfort zone. So obviously with any other like type of photography where you work with people, you have to talk to them, give them guidance, you have to be confident in what you're doing. But especially for me, weddings really forced me out of my comfort zone. I used to be very shy, and it really helped me to just trust that I can speak, trust that I can talk to people and give them instructions, and be confident in what I am doing and the instructions that I'm giving them, and be able to talk in front of a lot of like a big group of people. and not feel shy about it. I've realized that we're all just people. Like, why should you be shy? So that has really helped me actually quite a lot to be more confident. And with that, you also learn to think on your feet and work under pressure, because trust me, at a wedding, if it starts raining or something or someone runs late, you're going to have to think on your feet and work under pressure and just keep going, giving it your best, and not give into feeling tired or feeling like, why are things going the way it is on the wedding day. It's better to just embrace the moments as they come and how the day is unfolding. For me, it's also been really amazing to meet a lot of different people in the industry, to make friends with fellow photographers and other service providers in the wedding industry. And that has really been something that has keeps me going, because you can check in with each other, you can even pray for each other for your businesses. So that is really amazing to make such amazing friends in the industry. And lastly, a positive thing for me is you really get to capture such a beautiful day as a wedding photographer. People really let you into their personal space, because at a wedding, like, people can really be on edge emotionally. So they're really letting you in and letting you see them as they are. So it's really such a privileged and beautiful day to be part of, and to capture such amazing, timeless moments and photos people will look back on for years to come. Well, that's it for now about what no one tells you about being a wedding photographer. And maybe I might make another video like this, adding a few extra things. But I hope this was helpful and interesting. And at the end of the day, I love being a wedding photographer. I know this is what God has chosen for me to do. So even if there are negatives about it, I know for now, this is what I'm doing and I love it. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. I might post more videos like this in the future. I do have other exciting ideas of videos I would love to record and post here. That's going to be helpful to photographers or anyone just in general, or especially even brides and grooms planning the wedding. So thanks so much for watching. You're welcome to follow me on Instagram as well to stay more up to date with what I get up to.